What comes to your mind when you think of the Allen County Fair?
There you go. Thank you.
The delicious food. The epic rides.
Number 5 on the last one. At all times, gives him that slight advantage.
The tales of triumph in showmanship.
450 and 9, 4.5. Sold $400. Sold 400. 185. 185 is higher than you.
The truth is, it's all these things and more.
I think the Allen County Fair is a magical place. It's magical because of the lights at night. It's magical because of the Ferris wheel that the kids see. But more than that, I think the fair's a magical place because of the friendships that are formed.
You get to see all the folks that you haven't seen all year in Allen County that you know. I've always said that the Allen County Fair was probably the biggest family reunion in Allen County.
The Allen County Fair is 175 years old, and this year we are celebrating big time.
The Allen County Fair has stood the test of time over these 175 years, and it's done so because of the commitment and involvement of our community members.
You can always see the friendship that was formed, and that can mean more than anything in the world.
Join us as we look back on 175 years of rich history and what it means for us today.
Time of season, it's that time of year. The Allen County Fair is here.
The Allen County Fair jingle, you hear it on the radio, you hear it on TV, it's an earworm. Once you hear it, you can't get it out of your head. You hear it all week at the fair on the loudspeakers.
It's that time of season, it's that time of year. The Allen County Fair is here.
The Allen County Fair is the biggest event that happens every year in Allen County. Everybody thinks it's like a mushroom and it just pops out of the ground. But the fair a lot of times isn't even over and you're planning for the next year anymore.
I've been in the management position for 3 years now, and it never ceases to amaze me how quickly the place comes to life. It is something that is truly magical.
The fair seems to pop up overnight, with vendors and food stands setting up the day before, or even the night before.
A lot of circuses used to operate somewhere, take it down, go to the next place, and operate the next day. A circus jump. So in our business, whenever a carnival does that, if you finish one day, start somewhere the next day, circus jump.
We would be at the Henry County Fair in Napoleon, Ohio. We would close there on a Thursday night, and we open Friday morning at the Allen County Fair.
When circuses used to come into town, when people wanted to get excited, you kick that off with a fair parade. The fair parade still happens in downtown Lima as, I think, a homage to the history of Allen County and the history of the fair. You know, Lima's town square is special, and the fact that the fair still marches through the square very near to where the very first Allen County Fair ever happened on the banks of the Ottawa River says something about how important the history of the fair parade is to the history of the Allen County Fair. It gets everybody really excited for fair season to kick off.
It makes me excited. It makes me joyful because of all the amazing memories that I have and that are yet to be created for so many families each year at the fair.
When you get to the fair, one of the first things you'll notice is the smell of fair food wafting through the air. What is your favorite fair food?
My favorite fair food. Oh gosh, I have to just pick one.
Elephant ear. Didn't take long, did it?
My favorite fair food would have to be the cattleman's burger.
My favorite fair food is the ribeye. Sorry.
Gotta have the Fisk French fries.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm so basic. I love homemade ice cream.
The favorite fair food was a hot dog, so that's pretty plain, but
You go to the fair to buy things that's not good for you. Things your doctor would frown on, but you only get them once a year. The deep-fried Oreos, the funnel cakes, the elephant ears, corn dogs. You go to the fair to have a little taste of those things.
The fair is also a chance to try some of the meat that is produced by local farmers, from vendors like the Cattleman's Trailer and the Allen County Pork Producers.
We're buying right from the community. Animals go through, animals are sold at the auction or sold back to Keystones or wherever it may be, and we then obtain that meat and resell it then at the fair for ribeyes and hamburgers. The money we raise through that week and that they help us to raise, we put right back into the community. We are providing updates to our barns. We have made a sizable donation to help put in a new bathroom there on the show arena. You need to know that your money that you spend there goes back into the community, into their school systems, into the fairgrounds perhaps, but that's local spent money.
And who could forget the fun and games?
There's entertainment. We have exotic animals, a lot of kids' activities. A lot of people can't afford to go to the Cedar Points and the Kings Island. That's what we bring with the Midway at the Allen County Fair.
Poor Jack Amusements is a big family operation. When we come to the Allen County Fair, we furnish all the ride equipment, big rides, the merry-go-round, the kiddie rides. And that's what mostly fairs are, you know. It's family entertainment. I have grandkids now, and to walk down the Midway and see the young kids just be over the top excited because they want to get to the next ride or whatever they're waiting for. It's just a neat thing.
That's the Allen County Fair as it stands today. But a lot can change, and has changed over the past 175 years.
A lot of people can't truly conceptualize how old our fair really is. It's pre-Civil War.
The fair itself, when you're trying to put dots in a history marker timeline, to think that it existed before Abraham Lincoln was President of the United States of America is absolutely incredible.
Think about what a fair would be like with no electricity. Because in the early phases of the first couple fairs that we had, there was no electricity. The Ferris wheel didn't even come into existence until 40 years later at the World Fair in Chicago.
We've seen organizations kind of rise and fall, but some of those things that stick around for as many years as the fair has, they have something really special. They have a group of people that have continued to carry that torch forward generation after generation because they understand what we're here for.
To understand the origins of the Allen County Fair, we have to go back, way back, to before the Civil War even began.
The Allen County Fair has a wonderful past. One fact that's really astounding about the Allen County Agricultural Society is that it originated in 1851, just about 20 years after the county's origination.
The very first meeting was actually in the original courthouse in Lima. They had a rough time getting started at first. It didn't just happen and the fair happened and boom, magic 9 days. It rained several years. For a long time, the fair was held in late fall as opposed to the August date that we know now. And I think all of that has made the fair stronger.
It is one of the organizations that has lasted so long, still existing today, still functioning very well and serving the community well.
We've come to know and love the Allen County Fair in its current location, off of Harding Highway, Route 309. but it wasn't always located here.
Before that, it had its base and its roots all over the county, actually.
The first fair in Allen County was a single-day event, held on October 21st, 1851, and was hosted on the Farode Farm.
The Allen County Fair was actually held at that Farode Farm before it became Farode Park.
Ben Farode had his paper mill right along the Ottawa River, owned a lot of land along the Ottawa River, so that's where the Farode Farm was, and the fair was located there for quite a spell as well.
After the Civil War ended, the Allen County Fair made its first big move from the location downtown where the Farode Farm was out to the Roberts Farm. And the Roberts Farm is where current Lima Memorial Health System sits today.
Before the hospital was there, that's where the Lima Driving Park was. And so that's where the horse racing happened, that's where motorcycle racing happened, even car racing.
It was known as the fastest racetrack in the country at one point. That's when the automobile was really getting popular in America, and obviously those things were coming down from Michigan with Henry Ford. So Lima was kind of a stop, and people would race their vehicles, race their motorcycles.
But so many days out of the year, that was the site for about 45 years of the Allen County Fair.
At the turn of the century, from the 1800s to the 1900s, from 1897 actually to 1902, the Agricultural Society and the fair experienced 5 years of continuous rain during the set fair dates. That really put a damper on the attendance and the money that was made. And at that point, the Agricultural Society had to make the hard decision to sell the property. In those dealings, they set up a lease for 20 years where if they sold the property to the Lima Driving Park, they could continue to have the Allen County Fair at that location for the next 20 years.
On the global stage, World War I came and went. And in 1922, the lease at the driving park ended. That's when the Allen County Fair was moved to the streets of Delphos.
And we were right up on the people's yards. They came in and they had gates that they had made at home, and they set that up in partitions. And the cattle were right on the street.
The fact that the Allen County Fair survived through the Great Depression and World War II on the streets of Delphos really shows how the fair has a tenacity to continue and how important it was.
In 1937, the first junior fair was organized, and after World War II ended, the number of participants in the junior fair skyrocketed, and the streets of Delphos were getting pretty crowded.
Talking about the transition from the Allen County Fair in Delphos as a street fair to our current site was a pretty stinky situation. The city folk were very upset with the animal manure that was ending up on their main roadways, and they basically made sure that it got moved off of site.
So the city people were glad when it moved to Lima.
They didn't have any buildings or any grounds to put it on, so they rented what we called the circus grounds on the east side of town.
It's where Arby's sits, or at the interchange of 309 and I-75. When the fair was there, I-75 did not exist. There was a railroad that intersected there, and it was a prime location for circuses that traveled with their equipment via train to unload, have the fair, reload, and move on to the next location.
But even the circus grounds were shown to be too small for the growing happenings of the fair. At last, in 1950, the county commissioners purchased 80 acres, almost triple the amount of land that the first fair took place on, which has since grown and continued to be the site of the Allen County Fair to this day.
For many years, it was known as the Tent City. So just like a circus would pop up in the middle of the field, so did the fair. And tents of all shapes and sizes were brought in.
There were no midways, there was no grandstands.
I also remember when there wasn't a youth building, there was a tent where all the special project areas were on display.
There were no restrooms, so portable restrooms were brought in. There was no running water for a very long time. Exhibitors wouldn't have big fancy campers that didn't exist yet at that time, so they would sleep in their livestock trailers.
The boys came in and they hauled everything in that they were going to need in their trucks or the trailers. And then after they got everything unloaded, they had the trucks, and that's what the boys slept in. The girls didn't stay overnight, but the boys did.
The Grange halls would come in and set up all the things that we think of today that are down in those 4 buildings on the north end of the fairgrounds. Those were what lived in tents.
Finding a home for the Allen County Fair was only half the battle. Now that they had plenty of land, it was time to build.
The first building that was actually built was the office. It was known as the Quonset hut, which many of us would know as the Dare building. There used to be a huge baseball stadium really close to 309, and for many, many years, Lima's professional baseball team at that time played in that baseball stadium. That's what people knew as the fairgrounds, that one little Quonset hut, which was the main office, and then the baseball stadium.
My involvement with buildings on the fairgrounds started when my father was on the fair board, when they put the addition onto the dairy barn for the milking parlor. First building I drew up was in 1965 when I done the Farm Bureau food stand. Following that, I've done the restroom, the main restrooms, the office building, Smith Horse Pavilion, and a lot of the small projects in between.
In 1976, the Allen County Fair began a 3-phase renovation, following the donation of 30 more acres by Jack Roshman in 1973, the namesake of Roshman Park.
Bob Townsend and Les Rauer called me one day and wanted to know if I wanted to have lunch. And I said yes, I was president. And they popped a question on me, would you be interested in $750,000 for the fair? And I said, sure. So it was on the income tax return that they got back. And I took it to the fair board. I kind of had a hard time getting the fair board to understand it, but we took the $750,000. And they remodeled the fairground in 3 stages. And we got new racehorse barn and some work done on the Merchants Building and the Youth Building, and it is today what it ended up with.
Allen County, I think, was always sort of on top of things. They've had good managers, good fair boards. They look to the future probably more so than a lot of county fairs.
It wasn't anything that any one person done. It took a group of people. It wasn't anything that I'd done special or anybody else. We all worked together. We all had that same common goal to make the Allen County Fair better every year.
Sometimes the board didn't get along with each other, but in the long run, we was always there elbow to elbow helping whatever we needed to help with.
I just hope when I'm done that the fair's a little better than it was when I left it than when I started.
Today, the Allen County Fairgrounds serves as a hotspot for year-round events, concerts, and showcases. But that wasn't always how the fair operated. It took the vision and insight of 2 managers of the Allen County Fair to push the fair into a new direction.
There are so many people in the Hall of Fame and volunteers that have made the Allen County Fair what it is today. And through their dedication and time and commitment that they have given to the fair, it's only right that we recognize them. And without recognizing the multitude of people that are in the Hall of Fame, I think it's important to at least tell 2 stories of some gentlemen who have really made a difference and have really pushed our fair in particular forward.
When I worked at the fair office, I had the pleasure of working under 2 of the different fair managers. For several years, it was Don Klingler, and then after that, it was Jay Begg. 2 very different leadership styles, 2 very effective leaders of the county fair.
After growing up in Allen County, Don Klingler served active duty in the United States Marine Corps. His career included flying President Johnson and President Nixon in the Marine One helicopter. After 30 years of serving his country, he retired in the state of Hawaii. But when his family sent him a newspaper clipping of a job opening with the Allen County Fairgrounds, he felt moved to apply.
They didn't have any money to fly me to the mainland for the interview to Ohio, and so I paid my own way and, and came and interviewed with the board of directors, and I served as the fair manager from April of 1983 until November of 1995.
When Don came along, we were kind of stuck in the old ways of doing things. You were a part-time fair. You weren't there all year long trying to rent to different events and bring different events in year-round.
Most of your monies were made to operate the fair were made in that 6 or 7 days. And if you had a bad fair, it was a rough year.
In order to ensure that enough revenue was generated to keep the fair in business, Don and the Senior Fair Board opened up the fairground to year-round events beyond the 9 days of the fair.
We went into renting the buildings out off-season and bringing in big shows. We had Willie Nelson out there. We had the Beach Boys and things like that off-season. It was almost like the Civic Center, you know. And we became a real entity out there and a community thing.
I think it was Def Leppard was the funniest one because our whole family was traveling with them. And I remember Jay Begg was the fair manager at that time. We didn't have credentials for the wives and kids. And they were like, well, how are we going to know who to let backstage? And Jay said, well, if they have a British accent, we'll let them backstage. Because it was pretty obvious who they were. But, you think of Def Leppard as being, it was really tough rock and roll guys. But their wives and kids are with them. It's a whole different atmosphere.
I think Don's vision was probably to see the fair grow, to become larger, to offer different things for the entire community. It's been amazing to see how the Allen County Fair has grown.
When I went there, attendance was all around 50,000, maybe in a good year at the fair. And by the time I left, we had gone to about 220,000 people during the fair. We really built up what the fairgrounds was all about and what it could do and for the community and so on.
In 1995, Jay Begg became the fair manager following Don Klingler.
When Jay came along, he brought a different sort of energy and a different sort of perspective. But Jay was also incredibly respected for his knowledge of agriculture, of the farming community, of the fair.
Jay had been a 4-H member, had been a 4-H advisor, had been a superintendent in the barns, and then became fair manager.
We'll have a meeting after the carcass show with the board of directors to go over what went well this year, what didn't go so well, what we think we want to try to do different for next year, what we want to try to just tweak and make a little better. So that's kind of how it starts. And like I said, we're always planning for the next fair.
One of Jay's most famous contributions was that of Maurice the cow, the mascot of the Allen County Fair.
In 1997, Jay decided that the fair needed a mascot. Many other fairs have mascots, so he contacted Olympus Flags and Banner, and they are in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and they built our first Maurice mascot costume. It is this large, cuddly cow that walks around, gives kids hugs, gives high fives, has some awesome dance moves, and really just makes people smile.
One of my favorite memories about the fair is just seeing Maurice walk around. Really, it's just someone that I probably know. It's probably one of my best friends walking around, just hugging people and getting pictures, and it just makes me laugh every time I see him.
The smile that it brings to people's faces is always so much fun to watch, and that is what Jay wanted to do, and why he loved the fair so much is because he knew it brought families together and friends together, and it made people happy. And I truly think that's Jay's lasting legacy with the fair. In many ways, every time I see Maurice, I smile a little bit because I know that that's a little bit of Jay walking the fairgrounds.
Don got things rolling in the right direction for your off-season rentals and some of the stuff that we needed to keep going year round and grow. And then when Jay come along, Jay had the personality and the work ethic to really work at it and just continue that goal.
To ensure the contributions of key players like Don Klingler and Jay Begg are remembered long after they're gone, the Allen County Fair commissioned the installation of benches made by Allen County Fab, engraved with the names of those who have given so much to make the fair what it is today.
The benches, to me, are to represent the people it's committed part of their life to the Allen County Fair. Most of the people have passed away, but they're not forgotten. Seeing their name, seeing people gather around them, as Allen County Fab, we're thrilled to be able to do this for the fairgrounds.
The fair has survived these 175 years. The community's tenacity for this fair and seeing it continue has lived on.
We made it through the Civil War. We made it through World War I. We made it through the Great Depression. We made it through World War II. We made it through something as relevant and recent as COVID. You see a lot of things die off because of events like that take place in our history. That in itself is a testament to why our fair is one of the best in the state of Ohio.
Our 9 days of the fair does not happen without our staff.
Well, we've got an incredibly dedicated staff. We're moving bleachers, we're cleaning up the grounds, we're dumping trash barrels. There's any number of things that go on with an event this size and this many people attending.
Some of the overarching responsibilities of our maintenance staff is turning the grounds over from event to event throughout the summer, and sometimes there's only a few day window between that, so it never ceases to amaze me what that maintenance staff can pull off in such a short period of time. When it comes to our office staff controls all of the operations and logistics in relation to putting on the 9 days of the fair, whether it's camping registration, selling concert tickets, doing open class entries, helping anyone that walks through our front doors and into the office lobby. Those ladies do a really nice job of making the office a welcoming environment. Our staff is the backbone of the Allen County Fair, and I encourage anyone that encounters any of our staff at the fairgrounds, make sure to give them a thank you. We all want them to know that we appreciate what they have done for us and what they have done to build up this experience that is the 175th Allen County Fair.
From the Senior Fair Board to the person behind the ticket counter, volunteers are an essential part of what makes the Allen County Fair possible.
The Allen County Fair wouldn't exist without the hundreds of volunteers that make that happen, whether it be as advisors, whether it be as fair board members, junior fair board, and all the superintendents. It takes a concerted effort of a lot of different people to make the fair a success.
Without the volunteers, it would not be a financially success any year. I saw that when I was a manager, and so I said to myself after I wasn't the manager, well, I need to volunteer, and other people need to volunteer too.
We have anywhere up to 220,000 people that come to the fair, 10, 15 shows going on a day. And I'd like to thank all those people that are there every day that just step up.
They are truly the backbone to what has built the 175 years of the Allen County Fair, its infrastructure and its operation.
Allen County is known for its agriculture, and the Allen County Junior Fair gives kids a chance to learn the ins and outs of raising animals, harvesting crops, and building a sustainable future from the ground up.
These 9 days of the fair are dedicated to showcasing the talented youth that we have right here in Lima, Allen County.
It's an awesome opportunity not only for the kids to be able to show their projects, but also for the community that lives not on a farm or haven't been involved in 4-H to see what kids are capable of doing.
Showing your project, working with your project, being able to show off your project, meet people, see people that you don't see all year long. It's just a special place to go to.
it makes me feel good to see the younger kids come about and do things.
To see the kids shine in that Smith Horse Pavilion, being proud to ride their horses in there, and their reactions afterwards after the show, it's just a great feeling.
For many people, the Junior Fair and 4-H are one and the same. But the 9 days of the fair are just the tip of the iceberg, as the kids involved in 4-H, Scouting, and FFA are hard at work all year round.
We reach about 6,000 youth in the county each year through those programs. And then when it comes to the fair, we have almost 1,400 youth who exhibit projects at the fair.
4-H is one of the best programs you can ever try in your life. I remember when Gabby was finally old enough to be in 4-H, and she was like doing the happy dance because she can finally be in 4-H. It's the excitement and knowing that you're now old enough to do what the older kids are doing, because you're always looking up to that other kid.
I always looked up to the girls that walked around with their sash and their pretty crown. But it's not only because she was the queen, but she was the person that was the hard worker. She was the person that was kind to everyone. So at a very young age, I was a clover bud, and then I was a member of 4-H.
Four H is America's largest youth development program, providing kids and teens with the chance to learn skills that empower them to be valuable contributors in work and in life.
The 4-H's stand for Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. You can start at kindergarten and you can be in Clover Buds up to 2nd grade. And then when you turn 9, you can be what we call 4-H.
With our 4-H program, we are building successful young adults. We are teaching kids at a very young age how to take care of animals, how to raise them, how to feed them, how to nurture them. We're also teaching them different skills, whether it be our canned goods, our woodworking, sewing, abilities that might be lost if we're not teaching them now.
It's a great program for kids. We did not want to see it disappear. And so it's one of the things that we do all year round to support the 4-H of Allen County to make sure that program stays strong. And as a result, our junior fair stays strong.
When kids go through 4-H or have the experience through FFA to really start to understand what it takes to raise healthy animals that don't have antibiotics and don't have some of the other things in them, it's a really educational experience.
It may not mean that you're going to have a career raising livestock, but at the same time, it maybe gives you an appreciation for the rest of your life of as to how much work that is.
To sum our mission up, it's promoting youth through agriculture. We're all working for the fairgrounds and involved in the fairgrounds for one common goal. And as long as that goal is not lost, we're going to continue to have another 175 years of success.
While the Senior Fair Board oversees the entertainment on the north side of the fairgrounds, the Junior Fair Board is highly involved in running the shows in the barns on the south side.
Some of the first things we do at our meetings is we are working on team building. We are getting a group of individuals that haven't worked together before, and we are trying to build those relationships, build those memories, and build that camaraderie for them to be able to work together during the fair.
They're really the people that help put on the fair. They're working the shows, they're putting on different events, putting up the bright lights. Like you name it, the Junior Fair Board does it.
They plan the shows, they keep the judging books at the fair. They do the announcing of the shows during the fair, which is such a benefit to each of them individually.
Being the president of that club really shaped me to be the well-rounded person I am today. The skills like conflict resolution, the skills like being a leader, the skills like dedication, confidence. I would not be able to be the college athlete that I am today and the student that I am today without those skills.
The kids got to college, but the professors got to pick out the kids that were 4-H. They have more responsibility. They knew what was involved. They stood out. They knew what it meant.
When you become a 4-H member, you're responsible for that project. And that teaches them how to work. It teaches them respect, responsibility. It's the future of any county. I believe it starts with the 4-H kids.
And every year, the conclusion of the Junior Fair is the livestock auction.
Get 2.5, and down 3, and a half, and down 3. Get 2.5, here to 300, down 3, 115, 4.5, 4 and 50, and 9, 4.5. Sold 400 out there, sold 400, 185, 180.
The livestock auction, in my eyes, is the culmination of the 9 days of the fair. It is the biggest way to reward those kids for the hard work that they've put in on their projects throughout the year.
That's where the kids finally get their payday. They've been working on a project for an entire year, and this is the one payday they get for all of that work. And for us, it's an investment in the future of agriculture.
The support of the livestock auction really started years ago with the founders of the CUPE, Stubb and June Wilson. And then when my dad joined them in the business, he really wanted to support the young people.
Buyer number 5 on the last one, buyer number 5. Thanks to our buyer, Nutria.
We have a lot of employees that have kids or nieces or nephews or whatever that are showing animals. So we like to make sure that they're getting a good payday when their items are out there. But we also look for the ones that don't have that, where they're out there and they're opening up the bids and nobody's bidding. It's like, we want to start bidding. That payday is investing in tomorrow's farmers and growers, and it's critical, and it's a big deal to these kids.
Every year we keep seeing sustainable growth in our auction program, where we are at over $800,000 that goes back to our youth for them to continue on doing their livestock projects.
That is thanks to that overwhelming community support that we've received from a multitude of businesses, from a multitude of families.
And that's not the only form of revenue generated through auctions.
During the fair, you see the wood carver, and the wood carver is incredible. If you haven't gone out and watched those guys carve, it's just incredible. So they auction off all those pieces. They auction off the award-winning wine that was entered into the fair. And then the hanging baskets that everybody loves going down the midways, those get auctioned off. And so where does that money go? Now, this is what I think is neat. It goes to scholarship fund at the Ag Society. So we're investing into the future of agriculture.
They are our future in terms of production agriculture. They're our future in terms of being the people who will step up in this community someday in leadership roles.
The fair brings us closer, not just to our past or to our community as a whole, but to the people we care about most.
One thing that remains is the traditions and the family values. When you really get down to what's important in life, I think all those aspects are represented in the fair.
It's a generational concept, families engaged in the fair, and it's that community approach that allows us to continue and strengthen this fair.
When you have those relationships and you build those memories during the fair by taking those animal projects or showing off your cooking or your woodworking, your welding projects there, it's something that your family wants to continue to do. And they've built those memories and they want to cherish those with that next generation.
4-H has really brought my mom and I to develop a relationship that I'm gonna remember forever. I know a lot of people say that their mom's their best friend, but I truly believe that 4-H has brought me to develop that friendship with my mom.
I was the 1991 Allen County Fair Queen. And then when Gabby got Allen County Fair Queen, I cried. It's just full circle. And to see my daughter shake hands and congratulate that winner of each of those projects, it's just memorable and magical.
It's just to see that kid progress and grow from just a young kid, and now today to see him going on to college and what he wants to do in the future. It makes me feel good to see those kids progress.
I think everybody's there for the same reason, and I think that reason is to create memories. And I think that's what the Allen County Fair does best, is it puts a memory stamp in people's mind. Whether you're a 90-year-old and you're feeling nostalgic about your childhood, or you're a toddler and you want to go on the pony rides for the first time, those are things that you remember.
It helps us to pass along our family legacies. By being in circumstances and kind of reliving those moments, it brings up all kinds of great feelings and all kinds of amazing memories that we want to pass along to our kids so they can pass along to their kids.
I think 4-H is still accomplishing the things that it did when I was a child growing up, and I don't think members oftentimes realize what they've gained from the 4-H or fair experience until they're adults.
I feel that it's very important that we continue with the process of my kids, their kids, to be involved with the Allen County Fair. It's a special thing.
It makes our community so much stronger. You know, you start a plant from a seed and it grows. The same way with our young people. These are the people who are staying here in many instances and making this a better community for all of us. You know, it is gratifying when we see some of these people go through our lines and enjoy a CUPE, but it's even more gratifying when we see the opportunity to give back into how they stay here and make this community better for all of us.
To further the mission of investing in the youth of Allen County, the Allen County Fair partnered with Nutrien to start a fun and entertaining podcast to reach the next generation.
It used to be everything was in the newspaper, and then it was newspaper and radio, and then it was newspaper, radio, TV, and then we have the internet. And now podcast is just the next phase of that. It's all about the kids and the junior fair. It's what they wanted. They wanted a podcast, so we delivered a podcast to them in a fun way in the milking parlor. As we're interviewing kids in the podcast studio, all their friends are on the other side of the glass, listening to the podcast being recorded and cheering or trying to make their friends laugh in the middle of the interview. But it's a fun interview.
All right, so we've got some very special guests with us. And you got fans outside the window. This is great. We don't always get a fan base when we do these.
And I think it's just one more way to connect with the youth and the future of agriculture.
There have been huge changes in technology, society, and farming over the past 175 years. And as the Allen County Fair reflects our national history, there are going to be even more changes in the years to come. So what does the future hold for the Allen County Fair?
The future of the Allen County Fair is bright. We're going to continue to have this showcase of agricultural and fine arts exhibits well into the future.
You'll still always have your livestock. That'll still be your staple point of the fair. The harness racing, that stuff's not ever going to change. There's only one way to do it, but the rest of the fair will change down the road.
As the fair progresses into the future, I think many parts of the fair will remain because tradition is so important, but I also think new things will pop up. When I started working at the fair, you stood in line to buy your concert tickets the day the concert tickets went on sale. There was no internet yet, or you called in and placed an order over the phone.
I think the fair needs to be well-rounded. I think the fair needs to provide the history and where we've been, but yet advance technically as well.
The equipment really has changed quite a bit. A lot of the rides are similar to rides that were popular 50, 60 years ago. They've just figured out how to make them more portable. The lighting is a big thing because we are probably 90% LED now, and we gradually keep getting old things converted. The light show is amazing compared to the old lighting.
I feel like there's going to be opportunity for us to capitalize on those advancements in order to create an overall fun, healthy, and happy experience for every fairgoer that comes through our gates to enjoy. Some things we've accomplished most currently is partnering with the Allen County Board of DD and installing universal changing tables in our Midway restroom facilities. Here for the 175th anniversary, we're going to be showcasing and implementing something brand new. It will be a sensory-friendly day at the fair. It will involve the carnival side, it will involve the 4-H side. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag and give too many logistics as to what this day will look like, but it's something that is long overdue in my eyes.
What I'd like to see stay with the fair is the fact that it is a process where kids learn where they might want to go with their vocations.
The projects may look a little different. The kids showing them may look a little bit different than generations past. But they're still teaching those same principles. They're still educating young people. And they're bringing groups of people together that maybe otherwise wouldn't have before.
You could always see the friendship that was formed, and that can mean more than anything in the world. It's what was in your heart that made the difference.
Millions of memories have been made throughout our history and are cherished. Come join us at the 175th Allen County Fair, celebrating tradition and history, cherishing the present during those 9 days of the fair, and looking forward to what the future of the Allen County Fair has to hold.
The Allen County Fair is held every year in the month of August. This year, in 2025, the food, rides, and shows you know and love will be open from August 15th through August 23rd. To learn more about the Allen County Fair and see the full schedule of events, visit allencofair.com. To learn more about the Allen County Fair and see the full schedule of events, visit allencofair.com.